All right, how are you doing, Benny?
Very well, thanks. And yourself?
Yeah, doing great, thanks, Benny. I was thinking today we could go through each part of the ecosystem one by one for updates. So how about a minute for each, starting with My Media?
So My Media will rebrand to RFOX Media. The coup in Myanmar has been interesting because it's forced the lockdown on Facebook. So they've switched some of their channels to Telegram as well, and that's just exploding. So got a couple of partnerships that we'll announce with My Media team that'll start off in Myanmar and then go over to the Philippines as we roll out RFOX Media in the Philippines in the next month or so. So this is pretty big, and then, as I say, we'll rebrand My Media to RFOX Media, and some really good strategies there for building audiences prior to the Miss Universe competition coming up in a couple of months from now as well. So lots going on there, lots of big acquisition drives, and some things we've never talked about before that we'll just rather just show you than talk about them.
Yep, and there's some content that went out last week with a great video that showcases My Media, so check that out, guys. And how about RFOX Games? Fads and the team have got a massive load on right now. Can you go into that a bit more?
Yeah, and we're all putting pressure on them, obviously. I think he's probably sick and tired of getting tapped on the shoulder every 5 seconds, being asked, where's the game? We're at the multiplayer level rollout now. The play-to-earn framework's been done by finance and made sure that that's all ready to implement. So now it's the new iterations, and I think there's a few competitions coming up this week. So very, very close now, and Fads has said categorically that we're only a few weeks away from the full rollout. So this is very close now. So it's the finishing touches, onboarding 100 people at a time, making sure that we can get rid of all the kinks and the bugs, and that we're ready for the rollout of play-to-earn. All
right, keep up the good work, Fads and team. And NFT Platform, you mentioned that before. There's going to be a walkthrough on Wednesday night Discord, right?
Yeah, it's usable for Wax and also for Ethereum now as well. So what we're doing now is we're building with a massive global firm to do the aggregation layer, so that it doesn't matter what platform you're on, it all sort of ties in together, and then any upgrades that we do or system enhancements, it'll bleed through to all of the tech stacks that we're using. So ultimately, that's the hard part, is the aggregation layer and just making sure that's all smooth, and then tidying up the UI on the template side of things, because each blockchain uses a different creation template for spinning up NFTs, and we're trying to work out how to unify that or make that a little bit cleaner and smoother. And then we've got the box part, so creating your site done, and then the back side is the marketplace, and then we use a lot of the marketplaces that are there, tap into their liquidity. So we've got a nice UI for the marketplace as well. So it'll be ready for lots of blockchains over the next few months.
All right then. And how about RFOX Finance?
Yeah, so that's still the hunt for the GM is on. There's obviously we've got some ideas for what to come next, because a lot of people are saying, what happens when the farming run that's currently going finishes? What's coming? As stated, we didn't spend all that time, effort, and money on trying to get something up and improving it and making upgrades to the UI just to shut it down. It's got a long-term vision for sure and certain, and we've talked about a ping-an type of model since day one. So I would say stay tuned, wait for the new GM to start, and then it'll start to develop and roll out those products pretty quickly.
All right, and how about the Cashback App?
Yeah, so that's obviously largely tied to the TV and the streaming platform, which is only a few weeks away, and we've put out some content to show you the type of stuff that would be on there. So we've given you some sneak peeks on what RFOX TV would look like. TV is heavily integrated and streaming is heavily integrated into that app. So the last part that really needs to be polished up for that is the customer management system and the loyalty system, because obviously that's heavily reliant on rewards, and the rewards will have to flow into the vault as well. So that's kind of like the last piece of the puzzle prior to the vault launch. So that one's been on the back burner for a long time, and we've done a lot of development work already. But as the way that the business has developed and deviated and sort of headed towards the vault and plugging in, we need to make sure that that still uses all the different tools and technologies that we've got to come together. But it's obviously still going to be, I think most people outside and in the investment space think that that's going to be the monster venture. So we want to get that one right.
Okay, all right. And speaking of the vault, that's the last one to cover. You did a walkthrough of the vault, and that was for the community members on Discord. How did they react to that?
Yeah, I think a lot of people probably thought it was a lot further developed than it was, and there's some people like myself that don't know how to imagine it evolving from that into to what needs to be. They're probably looking at the white and then looking at the pictures and saying, how do you get from that to that? But ultimately, even since then, like, it's progressed a lot. So it's a lot sharper, more refined. Colors have started to come in, and we've got the base for Calanova now starting to really formulate very well. So we'll be able to, as I say, hopefully this week we'll be able to start walking through there whenever we like, and just going in there. We've basically got the keys to the kingdom, and we can go in there and have a poke around and anytime we like, and stand there and spend time there and have a look. So we're pretty excited about that. It's developed to that stage now. So now it's about putting the shops in, and we've got a really, really awesome thing that we'll roll out on how we use the space. It's quite a great idea. So it's very, very looking forward to rolling that out to everyone.
So you've just gone through the ecosystem updates there. What do you think it's going to mean when all of these products come together, when it's all operational and interoperable? How do you think the market's going to respond to it?
I think most people, even the diehard people that have followed us very closely and read everything that comes out, I think those guys have got a pretty good understanding of how it might click together and how it might look. But I don't think that there's anything that we can say, do, or show that prepares people for what it is, because when we have a look at it and see the pieces and work out how to integrate them and how to bring them together, I think it's even overwhelming for us. Like, you start off with a vision, you start with the end in mind, and I think the way it's coming together is much better than I thought it would ever be. So I would assume it will be the same for people externally as well. Now it's just a matter of we've got these distinct pieces with distinct flavors, and now it's how do they integrate, and that's why we've got a very skilled tech team working on how to make that seamless. So I think it's gonna be very, very different to anything that's out there. So it's up to us now. It's up to us.
Yeah, that's it. So yeah, look, they're soon going to witness the full power of this fully armed and operational battle station. As we draw closer to the land sale, what's happening with marketing and advertising?
Yeah, so we've got three primo, I don't know what you'd call them, but very, very high-end adverts that have been or are being made or have been made. The first one's actually finished, and it's very hard for me to sit on my hands and not just blast that out everywhere. But it's so many levels up from what we've done before. And then the other two are in production, and they look equally as impressive. And it's just amazing to see that just the voiceovers and the musics and the animations and stuff. It's just mind blowing. So very, very excited to get that out and make sure it's in the right channel. So we've got the first ad's completed. The second ad is in the last part of production and polished now. And the third ad sort of will come together pretty quickly in the next couple of weeks. So we'll have three really mainstream ads hit the market in the next couple of weeks. And that'll give us plenty of time to be able to promote those and get those circulating through the channel and get the word out. So very, very proud of those. That's for sure.
Good one. All right. Yeah, good restraint you're showing there. It's all about timing and execution, right? So makes sense. And I recently caught up with Davinci J15. He kindly gave us his time to chat about crypto. He's such a good guy. He's really trying to help people break free from a system that's keeping them down. He's really excited about DeFi and the NFT space, and he says that it's going to explode in ways that we can't imagine. I've heard other people say that. And Ben, what did you think about his comment? He actually said,
look for a platform to display your NFTs. That platform has yet to be developed, and once that comes out, that platform will do extremely well. So look out to invest in something like that.
Does that ring any bells with what RedFOX Labs is building?
Yeah, I don't think it's any secret that we've analysed data well enough to know what's coming next and what we think is going to happen next. And I think that's been proven over the course of time, but it's just a matter of people saying, yeah, but get it out, get the products out, make sure they're in people's hands. And obviously the market moves in very fast ways with the new tech and all the rest of it. But we're literally, I think it's roughly 11 weeks away from having the aggregation layers so that it can plug in any blockchain. But already, as I said, we've got Wax and ETH and all the rest of it. I think he's right. And we're in the right region doing the right things. It's no secret or surprise that that's the case. And I understand that people have got their fingers on their trigger and they're itchy and they want to get this stuff out tomorrow. But like he said, if you're first to market and you get this stuff out and it's good quality and people start using it, it's a game changer. So we're so close now. We're not just going to rush it. The thing is that we're so close, and so many of these things are like in final production stages or testing, or at a point where we can utilize them and we've got clients onboarding. We're so close. People just have to sit on their hands for a few more weeks and then let it all unfold. I think he's dead right.
Okay, on to some community questions. If you could just go through these pretty quickly, that'd be great. Running out of time. First one, has RedFOX Labs considered a DAO for individual projects or top level?
Yeah, we get asked this all the time. There'll be lots of community projects or projects that spawn off of the projects that we do. Don't forget, we're trying to build these open contributive platforms. So I think it's inevitable that they will sort of surface on their own without our encouragement or nurturing. I think it's definitely something that's that too many people are talking about for it not to happen.
Okay, cool. Another one, this might be a good one for Rui actually, because he's an expert in the space. How will phones be able to cope with the VALT graphics and also make sure that 3G, 4G, 5G connection can cope with interacting with all of the other users and activities online? Will there be a significant difference between previews we get via PC versus mobile phone versions?
Yeah, we're told that the mobile phone versions, as long as they have a minimum amount of specs, which will be pretty average, will be able to give us the same type of experiences we're seeing, because effectively that's why you have sky trains and stuff, so that you're on a train for 30 seconds or whatever it is while the new system loads, so that you've got a pretty seamless type of transition. The VR itself is obviously a different ballgame altogether, but as far as the mobile app is concerned, we understand the region that we're focused on, which is Southeast Asia, and we're told that it will be able to perform very well on mid-featured smartphones. So if there's any change to that, I'll let you know, but that's what we've been advised at this stage.
Okay, thanks, Benny. Well, that's it for now. Do you have anything else to add?
Sometimes I might miss something because there's so much going on. We're trying to keep you updated several times a week, but just ask me the questions at the Discord call on Wednesday night, and I'll try and cover everything. There's plenty of stuff that I haven't even scratched the surface of yet. So much to go through that it's ridiculous, but we're getting more and more content out to try and keep you updated better. So thank you for following.
Yep, there's loads of that coming out. And yeah, thanks everyone. Have a great week. Thanks, Ben.
Thanks, guys. Have a great week.